Hey guys, Gemma from ASD Rocks. I am sick as a dog in bed, but it's been a little while since I've been present for you guys. So I really wanted to just kind of drop in and say hello and talk about a couple of things. Finn was home all week last week sick. We tested him for COVID, like, I don't know, every day, and it wasn't. He's fine. But now I'm sick, which is yay. That's what happens. Kids are basically like petri dishes on legs, aren't they? So I'm in bed with teas and elixirs and all sorts of stuff to try and make me better. The kids, I had planned today for the kids to, where they're going to a brand new dentist. So I'm supposed to be there to introduce them. I got it all sorted out. I've spoken to the dentist, but Finn was going to go first, make sure Bo was feeling comfortable, all that sort of stuff. Anyway, can't do that. Whether I get Richard to do that for me or we reschedule, I don't know. Tonight was a really big night, or is a really big night. It is the anniversary of my grandfather's passing. Now, for those of you who don't know, but it was my grandfather that raised me, and he was the grandparent, even though he was technically, they used to call him Gigi because he was a great grandparent. So tonight is the anniversary of his death, and every year we all get together, we get around together and have an evening where we light a candle, we sit around and we tell stories, and we just remember the amazingness of who he was and what he contributed to, our lives, and, the funny things that he did, and just who he was as a person and what he meant to us, really. That's my tradition of how you keep someone alive. That's, for me, I think that, we die twice. Once when we pass away, but again when the last person who knows you utters your name, or when all memory of you is gone. And I'm determined to pass that memory down to the kids. So this year I've got my grandfather lived until he was 99, so we were really lucky to so lucky, because as you know, they didn't have a huge input from my parents. So to have had my grandfather step up in his 90s and just be that person for them, so they knew what a relationship was. And it's really funny, isn't it? Like, a man, he was born in 1912, and he embraced Bo for who he was in every way. So, I really do object to people when they say, oh, they're just from a different generation and this and that. That's why they don't understand autism, or they don't understand a kid, or they don't understand whatever it happens to be. I just think that's a load of crap, because my grandfather, who was born in 1912, was completely fine, and managed to create the most amazing bond and relationship. So I've actually gone ahead and dug out some videos for the boys to watch of when, he used to bath them, he used to feed them, he used to do, everything. And so today is a really big day. It's hard for me because, it was the day that I lost the man that, taught me my morals, my values. Okay, old school they are. Yes, they are very old school morals and values that I have. And the discipline, that definitely came from him. He was a very strong, upper class British gentleman who was in the army, obviously, for World War II. And so I was loved to the moon and back, but I was disciplined and beyond anything. One of my favorite memories as a small child. I must have been 3 or 4. And he said to me, whatever you do to me, I can do harder. And I thought that love would stop that, I think. And I remember, because I had his finger in my mouth and I was threatening to bite him. And he said to me, just remember, whatever you do to me, he used to always say, whatever you do, I can do better. But he said to me, whatever you do, I can do harder. And I bit him. And the bastard bit me so hard. I burst into tears. I remember it so well. But that was me. That was me pushing my boundaries. That was me learning as a child that I am small and this is the right order of things. And while he had the capacity to be the most generous, the most wonderful, the most gorgeous person, the fact was he was capable of far more destruction than I was. And I had to respect my elders, because the choice to be loving and kind was really about whether I was loving and kind to him. It was a brilliant moment. And I think with all the discussion about discipline that we've been talking about lately, it's a really valuable lesson. I suppose in this day and age that could be considered child abuse, biting your child. I suppose that's on the same lines as hitting, smacking, doing whatever. But that was the crux of a massive lesson for me. So anyway, today I am honouring my grandfather. I will drag myself out of bed. I will finish this memorial video. I will post up a little bit more for you, because he truly was an earth angel. I cannot believe how lucky we were as a family with Bo and Finn to have him in our lives. I'm truly blessed. And it's been a long time, but I miss him. I miss him terribly. And I'm excited to have a night of memorial where we all sit around and just laugh at the things he did and the things he did to us. The other thing is, there are a couple of videos I really need to make, which if I can today, I will do, most likely from bed. But some really important things have happened over the last couple of days. 2 messages have come through. One was, loads more messages than that has come through, but two subjects that I want to bring to the attention of everyone, of all our ASD rockers, that I think is really important for us to consider and talk about. One of them is, I got a message about empathy. Now, we've talked a lot about what it's like to have a child who's over empathetic, so empathetic that they can't, Bo's so empathetic that the thought of someone crying makes him cry. It's why he won't go to movies, he won't watch a movie, he won't watch TV, because someone's pain is so painful to him, But we haven't spoken about the other side of the spectrum, so to speak, about what happens if your child doesn't have that comprehension, doesn't have empathy. And that actually is also a big part of autism. We tend not to have that middle ground. I think that's where autism really lies. It lies in the two extremities of, I either absolutely have it and I have it to the, 10th degree, or I don't have it and it's just not there. It's very black and white. There's no sort of middle ground of, oh yeah, no, it's I feel your pain, I'm very sorry. It's either I'm in so much pain for someone else who is in pain, or that I can't bear it, or I just don't get it. And I really want to touch on that, because I want to touch on how we deal with that lower end, because it's just as much a part of our lives. And the other thing is, something happened with Bo where he got a text, and I was actually incredibly disappointed. Not in him, but he didn't know how to handle it. It made me feel very, very bad that I hadn't really thought I had taught him more than he knew. But I was very disappointed in his response, so we'll talk about that a little bit. And then I'm going to go back to school again. School is a big thing at the moment. People are having difficulties. We're, sort of quite a bit of the way through the year, and there are a lot of people, things are really cropping up. We've had our holidays, we're all back, there's no shutdowns, no lockdowns, things like that. And some people are finding, New Year's are struggling. So they're the subjects that I want to put out if I can today. And for now, guys, I wish you all a long life, a long and happy and healthy life, because ultimately in the end, those are the things that are the most important. A long, healthy and happy life. And I will try and get on to as much as I can today. So ASD rocks, guys.